Hey Neapolitan fans, NeapolitanGal here. Well, I started this video last night and I kept getting interrupted, so I said the heck with it. I might just be going to Joann Fabrics today, but I'm gonna put on a face. As you can see, I've got some redness going on here. I just put some face cream on, so I'm hoping that really helps it out, and I really do apologize for the fan light behind my head. I'm gonna try and keep my head centered where the blades are going around it, but unfortunately there's not a whole lot of light in my bedroom no matter what I do. And I don't have a light for my desk yet, so my cosmetics desk, so we are going to do our absolute best to put a face on. Hey Neapol fans, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. You can also follow me on Instagram and Twitter and Facebook. Okay, so I turned off the fan light and I brought a floor lamp in, but I don't think it's going to do much better. I really got to get a ring light for my desk. Oh well. Okay, so we're going to go in with e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. As Nikki Tutorials would say, not to prime is a crime. Especially with my skin, so I'm going in with the e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer. And this is Universal Sheer, is what I use. So I'm just going to go in. Unfortunately, with the putty primers, you got to either use your hands or a spatula. Well, I don't have any cosmetic spatulas, so my fingers it is. But I just did take a shower and wash my face, even put some face cream on. So let's see what we got here. Now, last night my face was just, it was so darn dry. So when I got out of the shower, I had this blemish right here that popped up. So I said, you know what? Since my pores were open and ready to receive some hydration, even though they were just done with a green tea face scrub, I was like, perfect. It is such a perfect time to put on some moisturizer. It's been probably about a half an hour since I put the moisturizer on, so my face just soaked up. Now it is a little grainy under my eyes. I'm gonna try a little bit more here. And when I say grainy, I just got out of the shower, so my skin's not dirty. It's just dry. We are in the middle of a big drought here in Southwest Florida, though we did have a ton of rain last weekend, and then middle of this week, the ground just soaked everything up because it was that dry. Okay, so now you've seen me use this before on my channel. This is I only bought this because it was Jeffree Star approved. If you don't know who Jeffree Star is, go check him out on YouTube. He is a huge makeup guru, drag queen in California, and he doesn't only just use his own stuff. He will go through, and if something new comes out, he'll test it out and give you his honest answer. He'll go through this whole thing, whether it doesn't make you mad or it does make you mad, and at the end he'll tell you, hey, it is or it is not Jeffree Star approved. If it's not Jeffree Star approved, he basically just got the kiss of death for that product. So this is something he did approve. This is the Believe Beauty Skin Finish Foundation, medium to full coverage. Now this is my second bottle in about 5 months. And I do use the color soft beige. Boy, I hope these don't continue. So just gonna pump a little bit of this on my back of my hand, shake it up good. Shake, 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 boo thing. Okay, so, oh yeah, definitely the new bottle. Last night I grabbed the old bottle and there wasn't much coming out of it. So this is the new bottle. I've got my beauty sponge. And put some foundation on. Now you're gonna notice me looking up. You are sitting on the top shelf of my cosmetics desk, but It's a lot easier to put makeup on in my mirror than it is on my phone screen. And yes, I do use my phone. I don't use a camera like everybody else does on YouTube right now. If my channel ever gets big enough to where it warrants me spending a couple $100 on a camera and lighting setup, then I will. Right now, no. But you know, my iPhone has a fantastic camera on it. This is what all my videos have been shot with, and I can't be mad at it. It does a fantastic job. So let's see, I'm going to need just a little bit more for my big old forehead. I've got the same problem that Nikki Tutorials does. I've got a big forehead. And cover some of this stuff up. I should put some bobby pins in my hair first. That's all right. Now the concealer I'm going to use is a LA Colors concealer. Again, I really, you know, I think I've said this before, but I don't wear makeup often enough to warrant me buying the expensive stuff. I love my e.l.f. I do love the Believe Beauty, some of their stuff. But for me to go out and spend buku bucks on makeup, you know, it just doesn't, you know, bode well. There's no reason for me to go spend major bucks on anything, and I'm actually going to try, probably this summer, trying to get on some PR lists and see if I can get some PR packages from these makeup companies. But I think I probably would do better with those PR companies if I had more subscribers. So make sure you share me with all your girlfriends. Alrighty then. Looking better. Not nearly as red as it was before I started. Yes. Okay, so this concealer is very close to the color of the foundation I just put on. This is LA Colors Conceal It, Cover and Correct Concealer. This is 0.42 fluid ounces in the color beige. Now the Believe Beauty comes in a 0.85 fluid ounce bottle like this. It's got a pump on it. And when you get down to the end, like the one that I've been using for the last several months, when you get down to the end, you can actually take the cap off and get more product out of it. And that is the reason why this bottle is still around, because you can do that. But I don't want to mix them up. I'll keep them separate for now. So the Conceal It comes with a brush. Now I did not clean these after my use last night. So you just give it a squeeze and then you just dab it on. And then it works like some of the, what do you call them? Lip glosses that have those little things on them too. Again, I'm only going to Joann Fabrics, but you know, the part of me that's not really covered up on that Joann Fabrics might as well look good, right? Today, now last night, because it was nighttime, I did use my Morphe palette that I got for Christmas. But because it's daytime now, there's no need for dark colors. So instead, I'll get my Ulta box out that my girlfriend, well, my best friend gave me for Christmas. And that will be, that'll be what we use. We'll pull some colors out of there. Now, yes, I am going to be wearing black today. For no apparent reason. I just don't want to wear jeans. So I wanted something a little more comfy to wear today, and so I decided, well, I'll go with the jumpsuit. This is a one-piece black jumpsuit. It's got these wings on it here. It goes down in the back in a V with the same material. So now this concealer is not a full coverage concealer. As you can see, the dark circles are still under my eyes. I do have Wet n Wild concealer, Photo Focus I'm going to use a little bit of that. Just in those lines themselves. Oh boy, that's a lot brighter. So, as Kelly Strack does, whenever she uses a much lighter concealer than her foundation, she always takes it through the T-zone. And that's a great idea. It kind of balances out everything. So we're going to go up here first and brighten up these eyes. I kind of forgot that was sitting there, otherwise we would have used it instead of the concealer. But now I don't get a whole heck of a lot of sleep. The night before last I got a ton of sleep. And then last night my friends and I were on Zoom for quite a while karaokeing. So I didn't get as much sleep last night as I did the night before. Shoot, the night before I said, the heck with the Friday night. I was laying in bed after a shower. I'm like playing on my phone. I'm like, I'm tired. I'm like, the heck with this. Put the phone down, rolled over, and went to sleep. Okay, so now that we've done our foundation and concealer, I'm going to get out my Paris Hilton foundation brush. And we're going to go in with the Rimmel Beauty powder foundation. This is Rimmel Stay Matte powder. Lightweight in the color Silky Beige. And we're going to set our under eyes with this. So, I don't really own any loose powders, and I'm going to do my best to tell you everything that I'm using before I use it and put it away. This is just to set the concealer in my under eyes. Kelly Strack always says to set any concealer that you've put down. I don't bake with powder, so this is the only powder like this I own. Now I do have highlighter powders. I might use a little bit of this brightener under my eyes, actually. Now I'm not going to be using any cream products, so doing the powder is perfectly fine. That is where a lot gets in trouble there, is when you're using cream powders. And, so I'm going to go back in. Now, the highlighter I used, I forgot to show you, but it's on the same palette as my bronzer, so that's why I didn't bother, really. This is the LA Colors Contour in Light. So you see that? This is the color I just brightened up my under eyes with, but that other color over here is what I'm going to be doing my my bronzing with, my contouring. So this is the Paris Hilton contour brush. Now the bristles are supposed to be pink, and these actually have been recently washed. This is only the second time they've been used, once last night and once right now, since they were washed. So and all the makeup people always tell you to do the 3 motion. I know my hair's a mess. I brushed it before we started, and then once all the makeup's done, then I'll fix my hair. I'm even thinking about trying some lashes on for the heck of it. So, sculpt out those cheekbones. Now again, I'm only going to Joann, so I don't need to look like $1,000,000, but I don't need to look like a vampire either. Okay, I'm going to keep that same contour brush. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm going to go in with the Paris Hilton blush brush. So let's put this back in here. Now, I've thought about doing a Wish haul today, but I've got a couple of packages coming from Wish this week, so we're going to wait and do the Wish haul probably next Saturday. So this is Beauty Benefits Blush. I don't see a color on here. I'm sure there was a color on here at one time, but it's this nice rougey red color. I almost want to say this came from the Dollar Tree. So it does have a nice blushed color to it, you know, finish to it. Right on the apples of my cheeks. Yay! This particular blush is very easy to go overboard with. And if you do go overboard on your blush, you can always, especially if you're using Beauty Blender or any one of the brands really, like I just went way overboard on that because I couldn't see the lighting. Just take your Beauty Blender and blend it out. And if you have to, go back in with whatever your loose powder is to kind of soften it up. So. And this is a great way to fix powder mistakes. Another good way is just to go in with some sort of brush that, you know, wasn't really used. And you can sort of brush it off. We're going to keep that brush out, my fan brush, because we'll use that when it's all said and done. Okay, so. All right, let's take a look. Everything looks good. All right, so let's pull down this box of makeup. My floor lamp's got a little table in it. I'm actually going to make use of it while it's in here. I just got this. It was a secondhand lamp. So we're going to move my tools over. My rings over here. It's got to make a little room on my desk. If you saw my desk, it's got stuff all over it. Eyelashes over there. Jury's still out on whether we're doing a lash or not. Beauty blender away into my beauty blender drawer. A drawer on my desk like this, and it's got beauty blenders. Okay, those are good cleaning later today. All right. So now let's get our box down. This is the box I got for Christmas from my best friend. This is the Ulta Beauty Flawless and Flirty 76-piece collection. Now, not everything's in here. It did come with some brushes, and the brushes are in my brush holder. And I think the eyeliner it came with and a few of the other products are in my drawer set here that I have my smaller stuff in that I don't want to keep on my desk. So I'm thinking lavender today. Here's the box. As you can see, it's got some beautiful colors and it's got all kinds of stuff in it. So I'm thinking about going with a lilac and blueberry look today. Those are lavender colors in this palette. And I'll show you those in a moment. First, however, we are going to go in with my e.l.f. eyeshadow brush. I'm just going to brush it off. I don't remember if I used this last night. I used darker colors last night. And we are going to go in with 5/1 matte light pink, which is that pretty color right there. That's going to be my all over lid color. I am not going to cut the crease today. Again, I'm just going to Joann Fabrics, so I definitely don't want to go too overboard with my makeup. So let's see if she's got any pigment. Oh yeah, a little bit of pigment in there. As your base color, you just don't want a ton of pigment when you're going with, you know, a pastel type look. And to keep the fallout down to a minimum, always, you know, knock off the excess off your brush onto a solid surface. I'm actually knocking it off right into my Ulta box. Okay, so I'm going to go in with this dark lilac color, which is that color right there. And that's going to be my crease color. And we're going right in that crease. Yeah, it's going to give me a little bit of a darker color, but you know, you can always tone that color down some. And which we're really going to do because we're going to put that lighter lilac on the eye anyway. If I have to, I can always go back in with maybe that little bit of that pink color. Just to tone it down a notch or two. Alright, so let's clean off that brush AMAP as much as possible. And we're going to go in with that lovely light lilac color, which is the color right there. And that's going to go on my lid. Now I can always cut the crease too if I need to. And just do it on my lid if I wanted to, just to dial down the color some, the deepness of it. Another thing that you can do to dial down that color is add a secondary color right to the center. And I've got a few shimmers in here. I've got a pink shimmer that I could probably put like right down the center of my eye that would tone down that color. There's another purple color in here that I could also do, but it's a purple. It's not a lilac, not a lavender. It's purple. So I mean, I could do that. I could do that maybe here like this. Yeah, that's not too bad. But again, it's daytime, so I want to dial back those colors some. Rub that off. Rub, 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 rub. There is a, excuse me, there is a light mauve in here. There's also, there's a blue. What is this? Shimmer blue. It's right below that pink that we originally used. It's right here, shimmer blue. I think we're going to put that on the lid as well. That should bring some of those colors a little bit lighter. Now, don't be afraid to start over if the color scheme is just not working out for you. You can always take a face cloth, makeup remover cloth, and just go ahead and just remove whatever you've already put on. If the color scheme isn't working out for you. I think I'm doing all right though. And always remember, if you need to, you can always cut the lid, cut the crease. And just remove the excess with your finger. More or less, you just want to dial down the amount of powder on your lid. Take your, now you can do a couple of different ones. You can do your regular concealer, go with the lightest color you have, or you can do a white corrector. We're gonna go with the concealer. This has got way too dark for what it should be. Now another reason I wiped my lid off before I did this is I just didn't want to introduce colors into my concealer. Now I say if you look down while your concealer is wet, it'll actually give you the area that that you can lighten up. I do have a lazy eye, so it only really works on one eye for me. So. Alright, so that lightened me up quite a bit. Now I can go in with a much lighter color. Let's put that back. Let's try a much lighter color. Again, I don't want to look like I'm going out on the night on the town. So let's go with a sky blue instead. And that's that color right there. It's really called Matte Aqua. No, it's not. I lie. Oh no, it is Matte Aqua. Okay, I thought I counted over one too few. Okay, then it's a sky blue. So knock off the excess. More or less, what you're doing when you're knocking off the excess is you want to prevent the fallout on your cheeks. Oh yeah. A much prettier color. Okay. Now, if you've never done the cut the crease before, there are several different tutorials on Facebook, on YouTube and Facebook that you can watch. There's one lady I watched, and she was just way too meticulous with the cut and the crease. She had, oh my god, I think it was like a 20-minute tutorial on cutting the crease, and she had all these precision brushes and stuff, and it's like, whoa, wait a minute, you know, when I'm doing my face, I'm sorry, but I just don't have that kind of time to put makeup on. So I've pretty well narrowed down how I like to do it, and it seems to work. So I think what I'm going to do is what I did last night, which is I'm just going to use an eyeshadow for a liner. I don't want to use my black liner. It's daytime and it's too heavy on me. So I'm going to take my Paris Hilton angled brow brush with a tiny little head on it. And I'm going to go in with maybe I think I'm going to go in with maybe that purple right there, or actually no, I think I'm gonna go with that shimmer brown right next to it, and I'll use it for my my liner. Okay, definitely want to knock off the excess on that. Now the Ulta box that I'm using, it has 2 levels to it. So the second level has blushes, highlighters, and things like that in it, but I don't really see any use in using that stuff today. I've already done, you know, my blush. Though I might grab a highlight out of it. The best thing really to do when you get those boxes is try to keep the covers for them. Not only is it going to keep your makeup clean, but it is also going to let you know the colors and what it is. You know, you don't want to put something on that's meant for something entirely different if that's not what you were planning on doing, you know. Okay, so we're going to hit the under eyes with that same brown for a liner. This is not a color I would use myself as a as a shadow. Sorry, someone just sent me a text message. I was like, oh, what, something popped up. I don't think I would use this brown as a shadow, but as a liner, it's quite nice. So, all right. So let's put this away. And let's pull out the other one off the top. And this is the other one. So this kit also came with some lipsticks. I think the lipsticks are all in my purse. Well, they were like a gel lip, but we'll use something else. This has got, there's a rosy shimmer right here. I think we'll use that as our highlight. So it's our fan brush. This is the Paris Hilton fan brush. And we're just going to go like that in the pan. Blow off the excess. Let's do some of my noodle. You know, I always found this funny. With this new craze on the, I might just have to do this with my finger. Sometimes shimmers work better on the finger. I always found this new craze of wanting certain areas of your face to be shiny. I always found that funny. And the reason I always found that funny is even our mothers, depending on how old your mother is, my mother's in her 70s, our mothers and grandmothers, that was one thing. If you watch old movies, somebody would say, hey, you know, Eileen or Lucy or whatever, your face is getting shiny. And what did they do? They reached in their purses and they went out, went to the ladies' room and took care of the shine. Well, now we want to be shiny. I just find that hilarious. You know, I'm going to do my brows, so don't worry. But yeah, I just find it hilarious that that now, you know, all these years later, it has become fashionable to be shiny. But only if it's with a cosmetic product. If it's not being caused, you know, by a cosmetic product, then no, it's not, you know, it's not fashionable. But if you're putting it on as a cosmetic product, like I did on my eyebrows and cheeks and nose and Cupid's bow, then it's fashionable. Okay, let's see what we have in our drawer for brows. Now, somewhere in here, I actually have a brow pencil. It's my e.l.f. brow gel. Oh, there it is, I think. Oh, LA Colors. Sorry, I've got these little drawers with my pencils and stuff in them, and eyeliner pencil. I may just go with the eyeliner pencil I have in my hand. Thought I had a brown one from Ulta. Okay, so we're not going to use that eyeliner pencil. That would just be way too dark for my brows. Okay, so this is a brow pencil that I use, and my spoolie. Let's take a spoolie to it real fast. This is a great tip I've learned from some of the YouTubers, is to take a spoolie and spoolie your brows to where you want them first. And it just makes sure that, you know, you don't, I wouldn't call them tangles, but you know how some of your hairs can get bunched up in one spot. So just spoolie them out, make them nice and neat. And there we go. Now the other end of this is actually a brow gel. And we'll use a brow gel after we put the color on to set it in place. Okay, so. Actually, no, this is my brow pencil. Duh. Ever have one of those days? I'm having one today. That's okay. All right, put that back in there. Don't need you. Okay. I was thinking this is brow gel. This is not brow gel. This is my brow pencil. I do have a brow gel in that drawer, though. So what most of the beauty gurus will say to do is to line above and below and then fill in. Now I am blonde. I am a natural blonde. Yes, I do color my hair from time to time. That's just maybe once or twice a year to cover up the silver that comes out in my hair these days. I am in my 40s, so yes, I do have got silver here. When you're natural blonde, your hair doesn't really go gray. You just go pure white. My grandfather had that problem in his 20s. My brother Randy looks like Grizzly Adams. He's also a natural blondie. Two of us got really blonde hair. Two of us got darker, chestnut-colored hair. There's 4 kids all together. Then I have a half-sister, and she's got real dark hair. Okay, and we'll just fill in. Baldness is not a trait in our family. My mother's brows have thinned out over the years. She's in her 70s, so I guess that's probably par for the course for her age. Her hair is thinned out too, but I don't believe her hair was ever anywhere near as thick as mine. My hair is super duper thick. There we go. Now I'm not going to use that brow gel on my brows only because it is also tinted. So today we're just going to clean up our brows. There we go. I did wake up with migraine. I've had a migraine off and on since last Saturday, but today it's worse. So it's sort of the reason why I decided to do myself up today a bit. Oh, there we go. Okay, good enough. They're a little uneven, but I don't care. All right, so, ooh, snap, crackle, pop. All right, one last step, and that is lippies. Okay, so, and then I'll do my hair. This is actually an eyeliner, but liquid eyeliners can also be used for lip liners, and I'm going to use it for a lip liner today. This is UZ Eye Opening Liner. I believe the color is just red. I can't see the number on the side of it anymore. This was a sample I received, full-size sample. There it is, and I don't know if you can see the lettering on it or not, but it's UZ. I'm just going to take that across, actually a box or something here, just to get her started, because it is liquid. And then I'll line and fill with it. Oh well. And they do say if you have thin upper lips like I do, that you can overdraw on them. And forget about your Cupid's bow. I don't know how that's going to work out for me. We'll see. I've never tried it before, but all right. I know it looks horrible. Give that a second to dry. I'm not sure I like that overdrawn look. Yeah, I'm more of a traditionalist when it comes to lipsticks, so we're gonna go. Yeah. Okay, so today we are going to go with a light red. These are the matte lipsticks that I got off of Wish. Langimani matte lipsticks. I got a dozen of these guys on one of my 75-cent deals that I've been getting from them. The limited quantity deals. So they almost smell like pudding. Okie dokie. I have to take a makeup wipe and fix those two wings I got going on there. All right, so let's move on to my hair. Okay, yeah, my hair is, wow, I've been doing this for over 40 minutes. How about that? Actually, like 45, I think, with the other 2 times I cut this off. Be right back. Okay, so it is supposed to be like 90 degrees today, but I'm going to try and keep my hair down if I can. So I usually like to try to do some sort of side part like this. Again, I do have natural blonde hair, so hair out of place there. There we go. So for now, I'll keep it down just so you guys can see. Yeah, we're going to try the eyelashes. I knew I forgot something until I looked down and saw the pieces that I had cut off. So yeah, my hair is going to go back up in a ponytail only because, again, like I say, it's 90 degrees outside, 100% humidity, and it's just sticky. Really considering changing my outfit, but nah, I like long pants. Okay. So now what they say to do with eyelashes, and I don't think I'm going to be able to do these, but we're going to try. I had the Wet n Wild Shutterstock eyelashes. I also bought these a while back. They're actual eyelash tweezers because I have a hard time putting these things, holding these things long enough to put them on. So now what you're supposed to do is to put your glue on, just a little bit of the glue, and let it sit to get tacky because it's liquid right now. And then you're supposed to be able to put them on. Okay, I am ambidextrous, but can't really see well out of the one eye. Nope. Those are just a little too much for me for today. They're those are definitely going out eyelashes, so I think I'll just leave those back on the box, and if anything reopens for this weekend, I'll use them for this weekend. But those are, whoa, those are too much, so we'll get some mascara out instead. Put those back on their thing. Alright, and the glue back. So this is Wet n Wild's Mega Wear Mascara. It's not that I couldn't put on those lashes, but when I got that on, I realized how full those lashes were. Just a little too much for a Sunday outing. So I'll do this instead. I started trying to wear lashes back in for Halloween. I was Maleficent, and now they say when you screw up like I just did with the mascara, you should wait for it to dry, and then spoolie it away with a clean spoolie. I'm going to be patient. Don't have a clean spoolie, but I do have that one I did my brows with. I can wipe it off before I use it. Let's put this back in here. Let's get out that spoolie. And I need to wash my hands anyway, so I'll just... Now what they say you should be able to do is just do this to get off mascara. I'll be darned. That actually worked. Okay. I wouldn't have thought that worked, but it does. Okay, guys. So this is my full face. I've got my hair done. I've got my makeup done. I am dressed to go out shopping for thread. I've been making homemade masks, and I'll insert a few here on my right-hand side of the screen. So it's probably over here for my thumbnail. All right, guys. Well, that's enough. I've tortured you enough for almost an hour doing hair and makeup with my bad lighting. And I am going to try and upload this. I've got 30 minutes to get it at least rendered. And my mom will be here, so. All right. I'll see y'all next time. Bye.